meet our guests who will be discussing these topics with. We have Tiffany Meyer, Christopher Bob. Over here we have Joshua Phillip, Cindy Drucker, and I'm your host, Roman Balmakov, and this is Primetime. All right, so one of the things that I'm sure you've noticed over the Christmas holiday leading into New Year is that seemingly one plane after another has been crashing and just falling out of the sky mysteriously. Cindy, what's going on?
Maybe not exactly falling out of the sky, but does it feel like there's a lot of mishaps going on with airplanes? I mean, the big one, of course, was in South Korea. On the 29th, there were 3 incidents alone, right? So in South Korea, that plane, a bird hit it, then the landing gear didn't come down, the flap didn't go up, and it just crashed upon landing, killing everybody except 2 people.
Crashed into a barricade, yeah.
All 3 of those things happened. A bird hit it, the landing gear didn't go down. Are those connected?
We don't know. We know a bird hit it, and they gave a mayday, and they came around and tried to land again. But for still unknown reasons, the landing gear didn't go down, the flaps didn't go up, all things that could have slowed it down. So actually on Thursday, the police in South Korea raided the airline offices and the airport management offices to see, I don't know what else they might find out about it. But also on the same day, that was the 29th, the same day in Canada, an Air Canada flight in Halifax had a bad landing and caught fire. And then there was a KLM flight that had to make an emergency landing in Oslo right after it took off. So it feels like, and then on Christmas Day, there was that Azerbaijan flight that, I guess that was shot down. Right?
Shot down.
Okay, that one doesn't count.
He apologized.
Okay,
why wasn't it? It was like going off course, right? Wasn't there like some kind of technical issue that made it go off course?
You're not as prudent about that one, so don't go there.
I can say I fly all the time for work. Before COVID, flights were pretty on the ball. Didn't have to worry too much. After COVID, almost every flight I have has some kind of issue.
Right.
Like delayed, sitting on the tarmac forever. I mean, almost every time, you just kind of have to bet on there being an issue.
I took a flight fairly recently, and there was an embargo on any luggage more than 50 pounds. So we were traveling with media gear, which is a whole lot more than that, and they couldn't get on the flight. They're just like, no, there's an embargo. I'm like, what? Was there like some really high-paying cargo that they, took it? And I was on another flight recently where I went into the lavatory, may as well use the right word, and instead of running water, they just had hand sanitizer and a sign saying it's to reduce waste and weight, that they don't have water on the plane.
I was just on a plane, they had the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys suggesting there's a connection between these planes falling out of the sky?
There's a lot of weird cost-cutting measures, let's say. So
okay. That's a great point, actually.
Let's say we're on these planes and we are a statistic. Sitting in any area on the plane, does it guarantee us?
So the back of the plane is safer.
Okay.
The back of the
Pick
plane
the last
is safer.
row.
Yeah.
Cheaper, the economy is
There's
good.
by the rest of the lavatory, so maybe that's
Is it true that the 2 staff members on that Korean
Were at the very
airline,
back of the
they were in
plane?
the back?
Yeah.
But pick the last row wouldn't help you, because even if you're sitting in 35D, you're still not back where they are with the bathrooms, right?
Yeah, but you could go back. Get up, go back.
Just go to the bathroom. People are going to start running down the aisles now to get to that
I
position.
doubt it. People still want to get up.
Well, here's the other thing. There's a difference between surviving and happily surviving. You know what I mean?
Alive, right?
If the plane blows up, you're probably
what are the
not
conditions of these people that got off?
I don't know how they are now. I mean, they were taken to hospital, but I don't know how they are now. But you know what? This is just making me think of Alive. Did you guys see that movie about the Uruguayan
I was just
rugby
thinking
players?
that, yeah.
Ever since I saw that movie, right, they crashed into the Andes and they had to survive all this time, and most people died and they resorted to cannibalism and all this stuff, but eventually, like some small number, 14 or whatever it was, were rescued. But ever since I saw that movie, I've always thought about, what am I wearing on the plane? Do I have good foot gear? Do I have an extra coat?
Leave
Do
a
I have any
beautiful.
All right,
snacks in my
Cindy.
bag?
With that, in the opening, okay, when I introduced the topics, I mentioned that there's plane crashes happening all over the place, including in America. So you might ask yourself, hey, wait a minute. What Cindy just said was in Azerbaijan-ish, Canada. It was in Korea. Am I missing one?
Oslo.
And Oslo. None of those are America. Why did Roman say that a plane crash happened in America recently? Well, President-elect Trump is floating a new real estate acquisition plan, which might see Canada become the 51st state in the nation, alongside the Panama Canal, as well as Greenland might become a part of the U.S. Josh, is that a possibility?
Greenland, I would say, is probably the biggest possibility. Panama Canal, probably. Canada, I don't know. I don't know.
And not one state anyway. It would
I
have
don't
to
know
be.
about Canada.
It wouldn't be the 51st state. He keeps saying that, but it would be like
Yeah.
it's too big to be a 51st state.
Come on,
Yeah,
Gotta chop it up.
No. It'd be like making San Francisco like an entire country. And then
maybe Alberta.
There's Canadians watching our program right now that are fuming.
No, they would
Just so you know, we do have a Canadian on the panel
I've
here.
got some stats to back up.
She's got stats to back it up.
Okay, there we go. Stats. But Trump did actually mention this. Trump was saying that, he keeps calling Justin Trudeau the governor of the 51st state,
Total troll.
and he continues doing it. And Justin Trudeau seems to be bearing the brunt of that in his own country. Denmark, of course, is challenging this. They're saying that they're going to defend, their hold on Greenland. They're not going to let it fall into America's hands. Panama, they're basically saying it's not going to happen, but we'll see about that. Trump's basically saying we'll see. Actually, we do have a clip from Trump. Maybe we should play that. We'll jump into it.
We will never, ever